What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Farmer on the Prairie. Today we're going to be doing some work on our 7120 Magnum. We're going to go ahead, pull the drain plug out of the oil pan, get that all drained down, and then we're going to start working on the tires. The outer duals are very worn through here. They're very worn. There's not much tread lug left. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those tires. We're going to go ahead and move the inner tires to the outer tires. We're going to put a brand spanking new set of Firestones that match the inner tires. We're gonna go ahead and put those on. So a lot of tire and wheel swapping. Basically gonna change 4 tires even though we're only getting 2 new ones. I'm gonna go ahead, get a couple buckets and drain the oil out. So we're just gonna take this filter off, get it loose. And we're gonna probably get oil everywhere. But you know you're not doing it right unless you make a mess. Hey, actually aren't making a mess. So I'm just getting out the oil cart here. This is our drum of Simpico 15W40, and it's got the measuring meter on it, so that way I can know exactly how much oil I put in the tractor. Works out really slick. So I just hook it up to the air, compressed air, and then pump it out. I'm gonna put 2 quarts in the filter and then 20 quarts in the motor. I reset it back to 0 quarts. Now we're gonna fill up the oil filter. Just gotta get it directly onto. There we go. All right. I want to have a wet gasket so it doesn't stick. Now it's crazy to think about that a filter on a tractor alone holds as much oil as a complete 4-wheeler engine does. So now as soon as we feel it start tighten up, which is right here, we're going to try and go 3/4 of a turn. All right, guys, fresh filter on there. I'm gonna use a handy dandy little label maker and make 2 labels. All right, that's been marked, and now I'll mark the dash as well. Gonna pull the plug outside the motor here, just like that. We're gonna go ahead and stick 20 quarts in her. All right, guys, there we go. 22 quarts in the tractor. And go ahead, put this cap back on. There we go. Okay, so now that the oil has been changed, we're gonna go ahead and start taking off the bolts holding on the outer dual. Guys, if I haven't said enough good things about them already, M18 Milwaukee tools are the boss. That is a 1,400 foot-pound impact that I can hold like this. Alright guys, let's see how this goes. Okay, now we're going to drain the air out of the tire. I got the dual off and the tire deflated, and I'll probably start working on trying to take the tires off tomorrow morning. Alrighty guys, I'm back out here in the shop. This morning I got the bead broke on this tire, and now we're just gonna go ahead and start working on pulling the tire off, and then once we get that done, we will pull the tube out, make sure that that doesn't need worked on, and then we'll get the new tire on it. We decided we're going to reuse the old tube and the old tire on the dual. So we're gonna start out with a fresh tire and a fresh tube on the inside. Hopefully get the dual that's laying over there dismounted.
Guys ready? Go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, shit. Oh. I meant like. Get me, guys. Get her done.
Now I've got the dual over there all broken down. The bead is completely broken, so now I just gotta take the tire off. We are back in the shop a couple days later. Dad and Ben finished up the other side. Alrighty guys, so we got the inner bead broke on here. As you can tell, we used a jack and pushed from the tractor side, and after 2 hours?
Yeah.
So after 2 hours, we got it off. So the whole reason this tire is really hard to get off is because the beads are knurled on the wheels, which causes the tire to form to them over time, so it's basically stuck on there. We are now got the dual back on right there, and we're going to try and put a board on the dual and jack and hopefully push off the dual with the jack here and push this bead off right there. Ben and, well, the Seth, the sick man.
You just coughed on me.
He's gonna get it now too.
Man, I was really trying not to get sick.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
he got some nasty thing in Mexico, so we'll see.
But I got over it today.
Because
No,
he
I'm
had
just-
Mexican steroid shots. Alrighty guys, so it has been a couple days now. All 4 tires on this tractor have been changed now. You can see from the back here, it looks much better. We've got our brand new Firestone on the inside, our several-year-old Firestone on the outside. So now that that is done, Dad basically just has to go ahead, he's gonna change the coolant, and then he's gonna pull this thing outside and wash it real quick, just so it looks good for the months to come, get all the dirt off, get a fresh start.
So still doing a little bit of stuff to the Magnum here. Drained the antifreeze out this morning, and I put some new stuff back in. I'm going to check the level on it now. Looks like we still need some more. We'll give it a few minutes to seep in and get the air bubbles out. Maybe I should do a little quick cleaning before I vacuum. I don't know about the rest of you, but I kind of end up with a lot of stuff in the cab, depending what I'm doing out in the field. I kind of need a little of this and a little of that. Here's my planter book. Seth's gloves and my gloves. Miscellaneous bolts and pins. Shear bolts for the grain drill markers, screwdrivers. Oh, and a neat little seed finder. Stinky stuff to try to keep the mice out of the cab. Well, I got all my junk out of the cab, or most of it. I'd like to start the season with a clean cab, so I ran the vacuum, but sometimes when I'm pressure washing, a little bit of water leaks in here and there, so after I get done washing it and scrubbing it, I'll pull it in, then I'll wipe it down, do all the windows, because it doesn't stay clean long, but I at least like to start clean. I've been pressure washing, that's why you can see the grease in my teeth probably. Seth doesn't like when I use brush on stuff, but you know what? This worked for 50 some years to get stuff clean. I don't quite do it like he does, but oh well. He's not here. I'll do it my way. Most important part. Check out the chrome. Got to shine up my chrome.
So we are almost to the end of the video. I thank you so much for sticking with and watching the whole way through. It really means a lot to me when you do. Please be sure to give it a big old thumbs up, and I'm gonna send you out with a message from Dad.
Like most of you, I've probably had a few anxious moments as we're talking about the virus and all that's happened, and as we see, it appears the world's changing as we know it. Maybe it'll get back to normal, whatever normal is, but I guess in my heart of hearts, I just have to wonder, is it getting close to time when Jesus said he was going to be coming back to take his church home? And So my question is, are you guys part of that church, his bride, the bride of Christ? Have you trusted in him as your Savior? And I personally have done that, and therefore I'm not fearing the future at all because I know he's got it in control and I don't have to worry. Do I still wonder what may happen in the meantime? Yeah, I do. I try just not to let anxiety take over, but I think we all need to examine ourselves and see if the truth's in us, the truth of Christ, and just trust him for our future.